Okay, welcome back to the live. Today I'm going to be reviewing I Know What You Did Last Summer. Man, uh, this is one of those movies to where it's almost like, am I crazy or what? I'm sitting there watching this movie and I'm like, the last time you guys saw this guy, he was alive. So why do you keep suspecting other people? Why do you keep thinking there's someone else? It's the guy that you left at the bottom of the ocean, and then you just walked off and act like nothing happened. What's wrong with these people in this movie? Uh, I first saw this when I was a kid. I want to say I was like 11 or 12 years old. It was on regular TV, and I watched it. I actually thought it was pretty good. I guess I didn't know any better or whatever, but this movie was, I don't know. If I had to rate it, I'd give it like a 5 out of 10, maybe a 4. It was really goofy. One thing that I noticed watching it again that I didn't notice as a kid was what's her name? Jennifer Love Hewitt's character, Julie. Man, she just like everything that would happen, she would scream. There was a scene to where her ex-boyfriend is chasing her. This guy knocks him down and she turns back and she screams. And I'm like, would you really scream? I mean, who would scream if they saw a guy knocking the guy that was chasing you down? And she didn't actually see it. She just kind of turned, I guess she heard it, turned back and looked, and then he's on the ground, and then she screams. It's like, what the hell? And then there's a pretty funny scene to where her ex-boyfriend, he was fighting the killer on the back of this boat, and she like pops up and she sees them fighting. She screams and it like distracts him. I guess the other guy just like, she's screaming all the time, so he didn't really react to it, and then he knocks her boyfriend off, or her ex-boyfriend, off the boat. uh Something that I want to do in this review that I haven't done before is I want to look at this movie through the point of view of the killers. So most movies, you kind of see it from the protagonist's perspective, the good guy's point of view. If we look at this movie through like the point of view of the killer, it's really a goofy movie. So, you know, f- this movie, when it starts getting good, is basically when the four characters. So you got Jennifer Love Hewitt's character, Julie. She's like the protagonist. I guess she's smart or whatever. You got Barry. He's like the guy that's always ready to fight. He's always ready to go. He's on the edge. Pretty funny character. You have Helen. She's the prom queen, beauty queen. And then you got Ray. He's like the guy you're supposed to feel bad for. Everybody's beating him up, talking down to him, treating him like crap. Uh, just that guy. You feel bad for him. Anyway, they're riding down the street. Barry, he's been drinking. He's a real aggressive guy. They're driving his dad's car, I guess, or the car his dad just gave to him. Ray's driving it, and they end up running over this fisherman. So I'm not for sure, but I'm guessing this is from what the movie kind of alludes to is the fisherman. He's already killed this random kid that's looking at the ocean from this cliff, and he's wanting to commit suicide. Stick with me. So I guess he kills him because he has this like necklace that the guy had. You They don't really do a good job or I think somebody says that he did it, but he didn't say that he did it, and I guess he wrote a suicide letter. I don't know, man. That was kind of, I don't know. But anyway, so they run the guy over. The fisherman, he was for some strange reason just kind of in the middle of the street. They're listening to the music really loud, so he should be able to hear them coming. And he's just in the middle of the street in the middle of the night, gets ran over. So they move his body and everything. They take him to this dock. They're getting ready to throw him in the ocean. I'm going to assume he's playing dead because he randomly wakes up right when they're going to throw him in the water, grabs, what's her name? Helen's crown, takes it into the water with him. He gets to the bottom of the ocean, the bottom, like really fast. So I'm going to assume he swam down there because he's maybe like 30 feet deep, just chilling in the water. Barry goes in after him. Barry goes in. He's swimming down towards him. I can't explain how he could have got down there that fast. They almost made it seem like he was already like drowned and he sank down there. Anyway, Barry goes in after him. Barry retrieves the crown. When he takes the crown back, the guy's eyes are open. He's looking at Barry. Barry looks at him, just kind of swims away. He gets out of the water. He tells everyone to make a pact like the guy is dead, but the guy's eyes were open. It is the craziest thing I've ever seen in a movie. It's like that dude is alive. You're going to have to swim back down and kill him or something. So a year goes by. He doesn't do anything to Helen, Ray, or Barry, even though they're all in the same town as him. I guess, he could be like recuperating. I'm sure it would take time to heal from his wounds or whatever. But he doesn't do anything for a year. Julie comes back from college. I guess she's like having a rough time. She's failing. I guess they're kind of struggling with what they did. Barry, he's just kind of like chilling at home. He's become more like paranoid. Um, Ray, he becomes a fisherman. He said he's gonna do all these things. And Helen, she's supposed to move to New York. They're all just still in the town. The only person that left was Julie. So once, I guess a week before Julie gets back, he sends Julie a letter. So Julie gets the letter. She's all freaking out. Um, she goes and finds the gang. They all get back together. They think Max did it. Barry goes and punks Max out. And then right after Barry punks Max out, he like slams him against this block of ice. He takes this hook, scratches his face with it. It appears, but then later on he doesn't have a mark on his face. Uh, so after that, the killer goes and kills Max. And you're wondering, like, why would you kill Max? It's like he doesn't have anything at all to do with it. You could actually almost recruit him because he probably hates everyone. And then to make matters even worse, it's like, what? Why? It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And he doesn't, I mean, unless he was playing dead the whole time, he doesn't know that Max was actually there. You know? Max's car, when he pulled up on them, when they were like getting ready to move the body, it was like 30, 40 feet away from where the guy's body was. And then they were like talking to. There's no way that he unless he was playing dead, he didn't know Max was there. So that made no sense. And I know he was like following them because he has these like straight on like pictures of them. But some of the pictures that you see that he has of them, he had to be standing right in front of them. And that would have been cool if they would have shown like the guy standing in front of them, and it's like, he's there, but they don't know. If they would have done that, that would have been cool. But you don't like see him, so it's like, what's the point of that? So what does he do after that? So then next he goes, he follows Barry to the gym. He takes a picture of Barry's car. After he takes the pictures of Barry's car, he takes it, puts it on Barry's locker at the gym. Then he goes and hides. Barry goes around and looks for him. Then he steals his jacket, and I guess in his jacket might have had the keys or whatever, and the keys to his car. He gets inside the car, drives it. He waits for Barry to catch up to him. He runs Barry over, stands over Barry, shows him his hook, and then I guess he just leaves. It's like, why would you kill Max and then do that to Barry? It's like, you should have so much hate for Barry. He's like the main person that wanted to just, leave you in the water and do all this crazy stuff to you. And you run him over and just kind of leave. I mean, I guess you're putting fear in him. He's kind of like a fearless character. Maybe that's what he wanted to do, but I would think he would be the main person that you would want to, like, really get your revenge on. So, free virtual chat. Okay. So I would think he would be the main one that you would want your revenge on, but he just like stands there and lets him like beg for his life, and then he just goes. So then the next day, he sneaks inside Helen's house, cuts her hair in the middle of the night, and then just leaves her be. Now, I could kind of see what he did to Barry. That would like really freak a person out, but sneaking inside someone's bedroom to cut their hair, that's like something like a teenage girl or something would do. I just can't see like a grown man that wants revenge. I mean, the guy looks like he's in his 50s. To do that, it just doesn't make sense at all to me. I can't understand why he would sneak in her house just to cut her hair. It's like, it's just weird to me. I don't know. And then the same night, I guess he puts some crabs into Julie's car. I'm assuming he's following her. He then goes and waits for her to like get help because, well, there's crabs in a dead body. So I guess he waits for her to go and get help. Then he takes all the crabs and the dead body out while she's getting help. And it's like, I can maybe see him doing that to scare her, but why take the stuff out? Why not just leave it? You know what I mean? They're obviously not going to the police. They I mean, I guess they wouldn't believe Julie, her friends or whatever, but like they've all experienced stuff from him, so why not just leave it there? I don't know. That didn't make any sense to me. Then another thing about the guy is whenever he's chasing like Helen, especially when he's going to kill her, the guy's just kind of walking behind her like he's Jason Voorhees. Now, he's walking behind her, and for some strange reason, the whole town is empty. There's a parade at night, so I guess you could say a lot of the town is there. But when you're chasing someone through several blocks through a town, there's got to be some people. And for him to just have no sense of urgency, it almost makes it seem like the guy is like superhuman. He's like appearing places. He's, so she runs inside the store that she works. I guess her sister's the manager or the owner or the family owns it or what have you. Somehow he's able to get in through like a back door, like that back door wouldn't be locked. And then I don't know. I wouldn't even think he would really know where she was because she was running while he's walking at a pretty slow pace. The guy's not even power walking. And he's able to catch up and hide and shit. And it's like, dude, I could see you catching up eventually. I could kind of almost see you like getting in the back of the store, breaking in or whatever. But to have the time to hide, it's like, God, that's just too much. So then he kills Helen like right when she's getting ready to like make it to the street, right when she's getting ready to make it to safety. And I mean, it is what it is, but we don't see him running, and somehow he gets ahead of her. So it's like, I guess we can believe it. Whatever he might have, that when they're not showing him, he might be sprinting, but he still wouldn't be able to get to where he got, and then on top of that, be hiding. It's like, come on now. So then it's just, he kills Barry earlier. It's kind of like an uneventful kill. He kills Barry while Helen is like doing her like pageant Miss Beauty Queen thing, and she has to like watch him die and stuff. It was kind of uneventful, but then it's just Ray and Julie left. So when when Ray's gets taken down by the guy, he tells Julie to run to his boat. So she gets to the boat. She sees the pictures that I talked about earlier. She sees that and just kind of stands there. It's like, dude, he has photos of you guys doing stuff. I would just automatically run and jump off the boat. She kind of stands around and I guess she waits for him to tell her. And then he, kind of slowly gets around to telling her. He's like, you're a young girl. You should be out drinking, driving, and running people over. So he tells her that, and then she just starts running all over his boat. It's like, jump off the damn boat. So she doesn't jump off, and he's, kind of casually walking around, and Ray is able to get on the boat, get knocked off, get back on the boat, and then the second time he gets on, he's able to knock the guy out, and it's almost like some captain, like Jack Sparrow type stuff. He throws this thing that's on this rope at him, and it hits the guy on the head. It hooks his arm, and he goes flying, and it cuts his arm off. Somehow, something grabs his leg. It's almost something you would see like in a Pirates of the Caribbean movie happen to Jack Sparrow. So then it throws him off the boat, and you think that Julie and Ray are gonna live happily ever after. Julie's getting ready to take a shower. She's talking to Ray on the phone, and then just randomly, someone wrote, "I know what you did last summer" on this mirror in the shower. And then the guy just like burst out of the window and tackles her. It kind of reminded me of this movie, Phantasm or something like that. To where, like, at the end of the movie, from what I can remember, like someone would always like kind of like just snatch you up and take you to like the unknown. But yeah, so that was, I like that. That was pretty funny. Uh, watching this movie again after so long, At first when I was getting ready to watch it, I saw it on Netflix. I was like, oh, I know what you did last summer. Let's watch that. And then after seeing it, it's like, you go from like nostalgic to like, how could I watch this crap like 10 times as a kid? And, now that I'm watching it, it's like, what the hell was I watching? You know? And, just when you think about like the killer and everything and his motives, it's really like just kind of like a goofy movie. What else can I say about this movie? Uh, yeah, it's like I know they tried their best, but it was really corny too. Barry, his character, I kind of liked him because he was like always ready to go. He's always ready to, fight someone. But with the exception of him, man, Ray's character, he was so corny, man. Julie always screaming. Well, I didn't really have a problem with Helen. She was cool, but I don't know. The rest of the characters in the movie, they were just so corny, and it was like unrealistic reactions. So much weirdo stuff. I like to watch movies to where like even like the killers are doing stuff to where it's like, you can relate to that and, more of like revenge, but realistic. What kind of a 40-year-old, 50-year-old guy is sneaking in somebody's room to cut their hair? Just stuff like that. It's just like not realistic. Uh, but yeah. Yeah, that's all I really have for you guys. Uh, like 4 or 5 out of 10. The heroes and the bad guys aren't realistic. I mean, I feel like if you haven't seen the movie before, kind of watch it. Once it's kind of like one of those movies to where once you know that it's gonna happen, what's gonna happen, it's like whatever. But when there's still mystery to it, it's pretty good. But yeah, that's all I have. Thanks for watching, everyone. Over and out.